Praise God. And Tommy introduced this group properly.
Well, I believe that's Jerusalem Connection is the name of the group. And the men who brought them here for us, Russell Howard and Jerry Milliken. And welcome, fellas. Thank you.
Thank you for your invitation.
Me and Jerry have known each other longer than Moses was alive, I think.
I had no idea that I was going to meet him.
Is that right?
No.
Wow.
I kind of thought I might, but I was afraid to read anything because I didn't want to come with the book. I haven't read the book. Any of the books.
Uh-huh.
But it's
That's okay.
Dr. Eby.
it's Dr. Eby that the center point between two of it. Well, you gentlemen are from Red River. Tell us about the Jerusalem Connection, would you? Who's going to do it?
I think Russell's going to do that.
Okay. Actually, we didn't start calling the ministry Jerusalem Connection until about 1987 or 8. So we go back a long way. Mm-hmm. But we made our first trip to Israel in 1986. And it's been a life-changing experience. And we originally were from, we're not in Red River. We were in Louisiana, South Louisiana. That's where I'm from. That's where Jerry's from. And I met the Lord in 1980, and we had a common tie, and before we even knew each other. Jerry's oldest son was a very good friend of mine. We grew up together. Went to all through from kindergarten up to high school, and we weren't best friends, but we were very, very close friends. And anyway. To make a long story short,
Can I interject this?
Sure.
I've known his dad 60 years.
Really?
Close to 50, close to 60. He was.
Well, that's amazing.
Yeah.
We didn't know
I didn't know
You
him.
didn't know him. Yeah.
And I didn't know that my dad knew Jerry, and they were business associates. And anyway, Jerry's son, Michael, one day me and another friend, and back in 1980, decided to go visit Michael, and he was living in a little mobile home, and I walked in, and they were Michael and another high school friend were studying the book of the Revelation. And it was a divine appointment. I walked in, and it was like a Acts chapter 9 experience for me. I mean, bright light, life-changing experience. I don't think that
God.
Michael and the other young man even knew what was happening to me at the time. I didn't know what was happening to me at the time. But it changed my life. And I wanted to mention that, the book of Revelation, because that's also part of Jerry's testimony, which happened prior to that. But the book of the Revelation has played a strong part in our ministry, and I believe was a key part concerning the Song of Moses and the Song of the Lamb, which y'all just played, and is the reason that we're here. And I'd like to get into that at some point and sharing a little bit of our testimony and what's happened to us in Jerusalem, because in 1986 we've started being really focused to Jerusalem, and originally to the Mount of Olives in particular. And not until 2002 we had a kind of an addition, a new understanding of some things and the geography of the old city and Mount Zion, and that's when our kids came into the young people came into the picture, and it's changed their life, and it ultimately led to the Song of Moses and the Song of the Lamb.
Can I say something here? In I know it was 2004. I was at the Eche Homo on Via Dolorosa, and I was sick, almost to death. I couldn't sleep. I wasted away. I weighed about 130 pounds. I had my feet. I had to raise my feet. And I dozed in the chair and I had a dream, a horrible dream. The devil was chasing me. And I was afraid. And it's kind of old and getting old. Like 2005, that's not too long ago. You start getting afraid at this time in life, it's dangerous. And so I shook myself to wake myself up. I didn't want the dream. And it continued on the wall. The vision. And I finally went into a corner. And I just huddled up in a fetal position. And I thought that was it. And little children began to walk over and form a wall around it.
In the vision.
In the vision.
And then what happened, Jerry?
They just stood there and looked at him. And he evaporated. Little children. I've known most of these kids since they were like
Little
this.
children.
And I never told them this. That I thought that that's who they were. And they just stood there and just looked at the devil. Believe me, I was afraid. And the Lord then spoke to me. I think it was, it was a voice I've heard many times. And he said, this is what I went through on the first day of Passover, the first day. Would you like to see the second day? And I said, no. And so my friend was staying in the room near me, and we went over and we called Russell. And they were praying for us while we were on the Mount of Olives. I mean, at Chihomo. I know you've been there. And they were praying for us. And I told them, I said, I can't do this. I'm not as strong as I thought I was. And they went on a fast. They said, wait one day. So they fasted for me, and God gave me strength. I probably would have died. That's the way I feel about it. And so I've gained 20 pounds since it. And this is a divine appointment.
Jerry, if you don't mind, I'd love for you